I am here to tell you one of the most unique cases, like Mr. Shamrao Kadu. Shamrao Kadu, I remember he came one day evening. I was returning from one of the conferences and I got a call that there is a patient who met with an accident in the bus and he has come with the problems of spine. I went and saw him in the emergency department and I saw the X-ray. The X-ray looked very terrific because he was traveling in a tourist bus and there was a fall. The bus jumped and suddenly he had a cracking noise, and after which his legs did not move. And this was a very unique case. When I saw him, I examined him in total and I found that his both the lower limbs are not completely moving.
एक ओळखीचे डॉक्टर आले आणि मला चेक केलं आणि सांगितलं तुमचा मनका फ्रॅक्चर आहे आणि मग त्यांनी मला लगेच ॲडमिट करून घेतलं. सगळं त्या एक्सरे एमआरआय बघून स्पाइन सर्जननी मला सांगितलं की बाबा तुम्हाला ऑपरेशन करावं लागेल. तर चालेल, मी तोपर्यंत सगळं व्यवस्थित होतं, बोलत बिलत चांगलं होतं ठणठणीत, पण माझ्या पायांना म्हणजे असं सेन्सेशन वगैरे काही राहिलं नव्हतं.
When I say that there is a spinal injury, I must say what is a normal spine. This is the spinal model of a human being. This is the pelvis. This is how it looks from the side and this is how it looks from behind. This is the neck area. This is the upper back. This is the lower back. One of the most important function of this vertebral column is to protect the spinal cord, which is coming as an extension of brain. Now this vertebral column is protecting the spinal cord as well, giving the erect posture. We as a human beings are very fortunate to stand on our both feet, and one of the major contribution is because of our vertebral column and the spine. When we say that this spine is a very important structure, it carries all the weight across, it has the vertebral bodies in front, the muscles behind, and the spinal cord which is running through the vertebral column. Now this spinal cord is very important structure which carries all the electrical signals from the brain down the leg. If there is a deficit, if there is a problem with the spinal cord, if there is a pressure, then patient meets with the accident, what we call it as spinal paraplegia. Now this is a picture for the proper understanding. If I had to say this is a thoracic vertebra number 12. This is T11, this is T10, this is L1, this is L2 and this is L3. This red is the structure which is the spinal cord which is running through this vertebral column. It is getting protected because of all these bones and the muscles which are present behind. In case of Mr. Kadu, he had an accident in the tourist bus. He had a sudden compression over one of his D12 vertebra, and this D12 vertebra got fractured and came into multiple pieces. We investigated this patient in the form of MRI scan, and it revealed that this patient had a very unique thing which I have been mentioning, that he had earlier pathological problem involving D12 vertebra. He had a case of Plasmacytoma. He had a tumorous condition which involved this vertebra, and because of this pathological vertebral fracture, there was a severe compression over the spinal cord. The spinal cord is getting squeezed and compressed because of the fracture fragments. Patient developed paraplegia, and this is an emergency. We need to decompress this fracture fragment. We need to decompress the spinal cord. We found out what is the exact level where there is a severe compression. We did a surgery in the form of decompressing the spinal cord by taking out all the fracture fragments, and this was done for the patient. Now if you see here, This is after the fracture fixation. So we have taken out all the fracture fragments, reconstructed the anterior column by putting the titanium mesh cage and giving the posterior support by putting the pedicle screws. The spinal cord was completely decompressed. It was a 4-hour surgery, but believe me, it was very rewarding to the patient as well as surgeon when he sees that after surgery over a period his patient starts walking on his own when he had seen that patient was paralyzed completely before surgery.
17 तारखेला ऑपरेशन झाल्यानंतर फिजिओथेरपीसाठी रोज सकाळ आणि संध्याकाळी असे 2 वेळेला फिजिओमध्ये घेऊन जायचे. काठीवर चालायला सुरुवात केली. एकदा मग मी चेकिंगसाठी हॉस्पिटलमध्ये गेलो तर सरांना सांगितलं की मी काठीवर सध्या चालतोय. तर सरांनी मला सांगितलं आता जरा तुम्ही व्यवस्थित चालताय, थोडी काठी सोडून जरा थोडी प्रॅक्टिस करा. आणि माझे फिजिओ पण व्यायाम चालू होते घरात आणि मग काठी सोडून मग मी चालायला लागलो. डॉक्टरांनी सांगितलं की तुम्ही आता गाडी चालवू शकता. तर मला एवढा आत्मविश्वास आला की आता आपण पूर्वीसारखं झालोय आणि गाडी आता चालवायला लागले आणि आपण आता ऑफिसमध्ये जाऊ शकतो.
He is able to perform all his regular activities. He goes to the office. He is able to perform bowel bladder function as well as the physical relations. I thank God, I take His blessings and say that this surgery is not only rewarding to the patient but very much rewarding to the surgeon as well.